Hi there, my beautiful Gemini Cancer. Welcome into your 2025. We are going to look into your year ahead and what you can expect for your big theme. This is going to be like an overall energy. We're going to also look into where you're going to be at in your spiritual journey. And we are going to look at sort of like a sequence of events for your career and love life. It's not necessarily time based, where it's like this is the beginning and this is the end of the year. It's just a sequence of events that can happen in 6 months, and then that last card is sort of the energy maintains for the rest of the year, or it can happen throughout the whole of the year. So just keep that in mind. But we're going to finish up with some advice and some significant zodiac signs and months for you. Okay, so let's get into stuff. We're going to start with our big theme with the shells over here. And I kind of feel like perhaps you've either had a 2024 that was a bit more stagnant, and maybe, I don't know, I feel like things weren't really developing. It's like you wanted to move forward, but there was always a blockage, And this could have been your overall energy for 2024, or just where you're coming from, maybe December or November. These last few times have been a bit more around that energy, and I feel like now you're getting into a totally different one. I even feel like even when it comes to friendships or relationships, I don't think you're attracting the same type of people. You may in fact stop relating so much to certain people, and I feel like you kind of start to place some boundaries and you start to walk away from some people that are not aligned with you, and I feel like your energy kind of lightens up, right? Because you're making room. You're essentially cleaning up the things that are out of place, and that makes room for new type of energy. And I feel like the biggest change is going to be when it comes to career. Because we have over here these two shells. For me, this talks about a lot of money coming in, number one. And number two, I feel like there's something here around like, again, if the energy has been stagnant, I feel like you're just going to be asked to run, right? I feel like things are going to get a little bit of a positive chaos, and I feel like you're going to be called. This is my whistle shell. So you could literally be called like, hey, we want you. We have a job for you and we want you. It could be like a call. Hey, we have to have a meeting because we want to give you a promotion, something like that. But I feel like you're going to feel called to move forward. You're going to feel called to perhaps try something new, right? But I feel like money-wise, you're going to be very well off. And then we have this beautiful shell right here, which is all about joy. It's the sun card, essentially. So it's all about joy and fun times, staying connected with friends that relate to you, right? So I wouldn't be surprised if you get a few new friendships here. And in the spiritual journey, you would be, I don't know, one of the cards that would come out would be like the star family. Because I feel like you're attracting a lot of people from your soul tribe. And again, letting go of people that are not. Okay, so beautiful energy so far. Let's have a look. We actually have one that kind of wants to come out too. Interesting. And let's look into your spiritual journey and where you are. And the one that wanted to come out was you're not alone. Isolation, physical connection, community. There you go. I feel like you're connecting with people that really are, I don't know, they have the same interests, they have the same goals, they have the same values more than anything. And I feel like maybe that has been an issue before where, maybe not necessarily that you were alone, but maybe people around you, when you're in a room full of people, but you feel more alone than anything, right? And I feel like that may have been true for you, especially with people that you know. It's like you were in a room full of friends or supposed friends, and you just feel more alone than ever, right? And I feel like now this year, you're not alone. You're connecting with the right people. And I feel like this is going to make the whole difference, okay? So just for the sake of space, we're not going to put that one here. But we have, I'm sorry, defenselessness, righting past wrongs, uprooting. And then we have messenger, serious energy, bringing harmony and balance. So I feel like this is going to be a cleanup month. That is where you're going to be at in your spiritual journey. Like we've mentioned, this can have a big impact on relationships specifically. But I feel like even when it comes to healing and wounds and, just uprooting a few, I want to call it misconceptions from the past. Because I don't think it's necessarily that you're resenting something or that you haven't forgiven something. But I feel like perhaps you're being a bit hard on your past. You're being a bit hard on yourself. And I feel like we're uprooting those misconceptions. and understanding that whatever happened, it had a reason, it had a purpose to happen. And it oftentimes is to teach us something, right? All our relationships that have failed, each and every single one of them brought us something new and brought us a change within ourselves, taught us something. That is the whole purpose of, failed relationships, essentially. It's not just there to trigger us and hurt us and that kind of thing. No, it's there to teach us about self-love, to teach us about self-worth, to teach us about the things that we thought we wanted and it turns out we actually don't, right? It's here to teach us about all of those beautiful things, okay? So I feel like this is going to be a year of, again, uprooting wounds, and I feel like definitely reframing how you see your past, and a year especially of cleaning up and bringing a lot of this harmony and balance and new type of energy more than anything, okay? So let's get here into your sequence of events. We're going to start here with career, okay? And then we're going to get into love. All right, so we're starting the year with the Queen of Swords. We have the Wheel of Fortune, Judgment, the Seven of Cups, and the Five of Wands. All right, so let's start talking about stuff. We're going to get some tea leaf fortune cards to help us out with this. I feel like with this Queen of Swords, how we're starting off, I feel like you're... we were talking about the past in terms of relationships, but I feel like perhaps there's a part of you that is being way too hard on yourself too about past failures and how you didn't do something or how you're in this position because of this and how you should be better and that kind of thing. And I feel like that is something that we're going to have to work on a little bit, especially in this first portion. We have carriage, a journey, either physical or mental. And I feel like it's definitely a mental journey, especially with the swords energy. I feel like you're having a journey where you're really going back. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a little bit of the end of the year kind of energy. Because it has this whole new year type of reflection into it. I feel like this is a great moment for you, and especially with Mars being retrograde straight up at the beginning, and right now it's in retrograde. It's a great time for us to not take so much action and to instead kind of make a plan, kind of figure out, okay, so this is my winter time, right? This is the moment where I may not make a lot of moves. Nothing much may be happening, but let me reflect, let me introspect, let me see what has been working and what has not been working. How can I get better? What are my upcoming goals? Where do I want to go, right? And I feel like this is where you're going to be at. I feel like you, again, have been extremely hard on yourself, and that is something that you're going to have to heal a little bit and understand that you're doing your best and understand that your best is enough. Okay, understand that you are talented. I feel like there are a few insecurities and maybe wounds of having to prove yourself or having to be the type of person everyone else needs and not the person you actually want to be. Those are just a couple of wounds that are coming through that I feel like it's something that you're going to have to journal a little bit on and start putting boundaries. Okay? More than anything, putting boundaries. If you're being the person that everyone expects you to be and not the person you actually want to be, this starts with you doing more stuff that actually lights you up, that you actually love, right? This starts by you perhaps saying no to a few people, right? And it's that thing with the friendships. I feel like perhaps you're in this place where, I don't know, the friendships you have, it's more for the sake of fitting in some sort of way, not necessarily out of true friendship, and I feel like the true friendships and the true relationships, the true things are going to come forward sometime, okay? Now, moving forward, we actually have Bell announcement. I actually feel like this would be around when Mars starts going direct again, which is around February. I actually think it's late February. And I feel like this is when things actually start to shift, because now you're more authentic. That is something you need to work on. You're more authentic, you're more confident, and you now have a plan. You now know exactly where you want to go. You now know what you need to change, where you need to get better, and you have a vision. And with that vision comes this whistle, comes this opportunity for you to step forward We have announcement here. So there's definitely, and the bells, right? That whistle, that calling. I definitely feel like there's something happening here that is going to change your whole career, and it's going to improve things for you. I wouldn't be surprised if at this moment you kind of have, an offer for a job or for a position that it's going to allow you to earn a lot more. Okay. This really seems like a step up, to be honest. But now we have Judgment here. And we have Nest. An emotionally secure, loving family is important to you. I feel like this is a moment where you're going to see who the true people are. I feel like you're going to be highly appreciated and you're highly thought of, right? So you're going to be highly encouraged and celebrated. And, oh my God, you're doing it, right? By some people. By others, I feel like this judgment could literally be judgment coming from some people. And again, an emotionally secure, loving family is important. And I feel like you're going to figure out exactly who is part of that nest and who is not. And it's interesting that this is the career portion, right? But we're talking a lot about relationships here. Because I don't think it really matters, at least this year. And of course, it matters if you're doing things that you're proud of and that you're happy about. But I feel like this year, the whole purpose, especially in your spiritual journey like we've seen, the whole thing is not really about what do you do. And if you're in job A, position B, or whatever, it's really about who you let in your life and who you allow to be a part of this whole thing, of all these celebrations and everything. Community is going to be the number one thing. And so I feel like here is a decisive moment where, yeah, you have an amazing opportunity. Again, money is coming to you. We have this announcement and all those things. But this is a moment where some relationships may make or break, essentially. Okay? Now, 7 of Cups, we have Hand. In need of help, assistance, and guidance. I feel like this is a little moment where I don't necessarily feel like you're going to feel alone. I feel like you may feel a little lost because you may have lost some people, literally. Some people may have walked out of your life. And so I feel like this moment, you are in this incredible type of energy and you have these incredible opportunities. But I feel like it's different. Again, you're not being what someone else expected you to be. You're being who you want to be. You're doing the things you want to do. That is different. And I feel like that is scary too. And I feel like this is going to be a moment where you may feel a little bit confused and a little bit back and forth, but your spirit guides are really going to be there with you. And they're going to show you, you'll be shown the way, literally. They're going to show you exactly what you need to do. They're going to give you the reassurance, okay? I feel like this is just a moment where, I don't know, you fell down a hole purposely. You wanted to be there because you wanted to explore. But then you actually reach the bottom of the hole and you look up and you see, oh my God, I'm really far down. Where have I been putting myself, right? And I feel like this is a tiny little bit moment that you may question things a little bit, okay? And then we have this 5 of Wands with Harp, great happiness. So really opposing energy. And I feel like, to be honest, this is a moment where gossiping may come forward, where especially if this is about family, some people may approve of what you're doing. Some people may not. That is part of it, to be honest. Excuse me. And I feel like this is a moment where you're going to have to deal with people's opinions. This is going to be a year that is going to trigger you so much about other people, to be honest. And this is a moment where, again, you're going to have people that support you, and you're going to have people that look at all the happiness that you've been building and the amazing year that you had so far, right? And all of your conquests. And they're like, yeah, but I cannot take anything from you. So I'm going to criticize you. And I'm not going to like what you're doing because I cannot take the same type of energy that I was taking before. That's how you know that some people are not really meant to be in your life, and that, or, if it is family, sometimes we don't really have much of a choice. But that's how you know that maybe that is not a person to talk about your career, to talk about your accomplishments. That is not a person that maybe you want around for that long. Maybe a little family reunion or whatever, but maybe not a weekly call that you would make. Okay? So, career, I feel like essentially what you need to know is, yeah, money's going to be great. You're going to be doing something that you love. It's going to require you, and we literally have that card coming out, it's going to require you to take a leap of faith, okay, for you to actually start doing things that you love, not what everyone else loves. And more than anything, this start is going to push some people away, which is great because those people are not doing anything good for you, and it's going to bring some people closer. Because those people actually support you and those people actually want to see you win. Okay? So I feel like your career, more than anything, it's going to be about community. And it's going to be about people. So let's see here. What do we got in terms of advice? We have the lizard spirit with make your dream a reality. Absolutely. And we have the quick harp spirit with there's always enough. And there's actually another animal deck where the quick harp spirit is... abundance is all around you, or like abundance surrounds you, something like that. It's about abundance. So again, abundance is not going to be an issue. You're going to have more than enough to have an amazing life. You're going to have a dream to follow and something to make sense. And when it comes to people, there's always enough. And there's that saying of like, the people that count are the people that are here. I don't know if the saying is exactly like this in English, but it is essentially saying that the people that actually support you, those are the ones you need. The other ones, they're a part of your life, but hey, it's okay. It's okay to distance yourself from them, okay? And those people that are there with you and that support you and want to see you win, they are enough, okay? So appreciate those people, have gratitude for those people, and more than anything, please have fun with your career and live it, okay? Live that dream. Allow yourself to dream more than anything, okay? So let's look into love and relationships, even though relationships, we've been talking about them for a little bit. But let's look at love. Ooh, we have an emperor at the bottom. We like this. So we have the chariot, justice, 3 of pentacles. We have 10 of wands, and we have the queen of cups. All right. So I kind of feel like when it comes to love, I feel like for a lot of you, you're already in a relationship, to be honest. I feel like the year is going to start in a great way. To be honest, this could be the first 6 years, just discard, 6 years, the first 6 months, discard alone. And I feel like it's going to be honest, I feel like you could accomplish something together. There's something like that. Let's see here. Yeah, look at that. Money or property through an inheritance, winning, or windfall. I'm even getting, you may be gifted a car, or you may buy your car together. But I feel like you're kind of accomplishing something together. Like there's some magic coming through into your relationship together, okay? So it's going to be something that is going to be very lovely for the two of you. And I feel like perhaps it's interesting. We have gavel, involvement with the law, and then we have justice, literally. So I feel like this could perhaps maybe literally be an inheritance, and you have some things to sort out, legally, make sure that everything is okay with this justice here. This could be the moment where, things are actually being worked out. News is on the way. Exactly. It's when you actually get the confirmation. Yeah, okay, the car is yours, the house is yours, whatever it may be. And they're giving you a green light. If this is not about an inheritance, again, it's about a purchase of some sorts. It doesn't have to be a car. It could be a house, for example. I feel like it's big. I feel like it's a big accomplishment for the two of you. And it's definitely going to be a moment where it may not be as quick as you would wish, but you're going to have the green light eventually. And that is this moment here with the justice, okay? To be honest, there could be a little bit of a 3-month gap here, okay, where you're just going to have to wait, essentially. All right? Then we have the 3 of Pentacles. Let's see what else. Angel, spiritual guidance, protection from harm. To be honest, I feel like it's going to be a very chill year. I feel like the highlights of the year would be this moment right here where you actually either purchase something or get something or gifted something. And there's some legal stuff that you have to sort out. But then I feel like overall it's going to be very light, right? We have this 3 of Pentacles where you're essentially working together. I feel like there's also perhaps a period where you're going to be not more distant, but more career focused individually. And it's going to be a moment where you're going to have to kind of find new routines, find moments to be together, essentially. If you don't, I feel like this is where the Ten of Wands can come through, where I feel like things can get a bit heavy. I feel like perhaps your relationship starts to feel a little bit stagnant, starts to feel a little bit all the amount of work that you're putting on your career and that you're putting outside of the relationship, and then the relationship kind of starts to lack a little bit. So try to I don't think this is going to be anything too big, to be honest. I just feel like it gets to this point where you're like, man, when was the last time that we actually had like a little weekend getaway? When was the last time that we actually had dinner together? Something like that, you know? I feel like it just gets to this point of like a realization moment. And you kind of look at each other and like, yeah, we kind of need to change something here, right? So I don't think it's going to be a big argument, a big something. I feel like it's just a moment where you're kind of disappointed at yourselves that you kind of let things get to this point, right? So if you can, beforehand, start working and building a new routine, and trying to work everything out and to mix everything together, I feel like it could have really positive results, okay? Now we have the Queen of Cups to finish this up, and we have Kendall, you've been shown the way. Again, I feel like this is an amazing relationship that is just filled with love. I feel like career may get a bit in the way here, but it's just beautiful, okay? Now, if you are single, I kind of feel like this whole legal thing could be your own, okay? So it could be something that has to do with relationships, but not romantic wise. I could also see this as, for example, legally getting married, right? So if it resonates that way, please take it. But I feel like for a lot of you, this is either about an inheritance or, again, some sort of big purchase that is going to take a little bit just to get everything figured out. And then I feel like here, it's a moment where I feel like you may be tempted a little bit, if that makes any sense. I feel like you may meet some people, and some of them are this stubborn, aggressive person that maybe they don't really align with you anymore. I feel like it's something casual. I don't think you're too deep into something here at this point. I feel like this is something like casual dating, going on a few dates, see where things lead, that kind of thing. And I feel like you may feel tempted to go a little bit further with someone that I don't think it's aligned, okay? Maybe an Aries, it doesn't have to be. And then I feel like you actually, move forward and start to walk down the path, and you start to, really focus on what you want in a relationship, what matters to you. And you love your spirit guides too, but you trust your spirit guides, and you trust that they will bring you the right person, and they in fact do. So around Scorpio time, you may actually meet someone here, and develop feelings and a little bit of more deeper relationship with them. And it's going to be quite beautiful, okay? Now, in terms of zodiac signs, we have Cancer, that Aries energy, we have Scorpio, we have Libra, okay? Yeah. So let's see here. What do we got in terms of advice for love and relationships? We have the Turkey spirit with give with gratitude and elegance. And we have the Buffalo spirit. The abundant universe will provide. There we go with abundance, right? So again, if you trust, and if you're single, and if you trust your spirit guides, they will provide. They will provide with love. They will provide with amazing opportunities. Same thing if you're in a relationship. They will provide with an amazing opportunity to build up some good money, okay? And more than anything, to work together as a team towards that period where career is going to take a lot of space, okay? And I feel like one important thing to keep in mind for the whole year, and no matter if you're single or in a relationship, is gratitude. Give with gratitude and elegance. It's about understanding all the people that you have around you, especially with this thing of like friendships and people around you that we were talking about in your career. Especially the people that celebrate you and that are happy for your happiness. Those people, be grateful for them. I feel like that is going to make the whole difference. And often, the way for you to manifest something is to actually be grateful for whatever amount of it you already have in your life. So if you're trying to manifest love, it's really about being grateful for the love you already have from your friends, from your family, the love that you have for yourself. Be grateful for all of those things, and you're going to be attracting more of it. Okay? And be grateful for each other if you're already in a relationship here. Okay? So, let's finish this up with those significant zodiac signs and months. All right. We have over here lots of months. March, June, November. And we have Gemini. And that is it. Yeah, so definitely Scorpio time or Scorpio could be relevant. And then we have March, June, and Gemini here. Okay? So these signs, and it could also be talking about Gemini season, which is June. So yeah. But this is what I have for you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being with me for 2024, and I hope you're with me for 2025. Don't forget to smash the like button for me and to subscribe if you haven't already. Excuse me. Today, this is a bit complicated. But thank you so much for being here. I wish you all the freaking best. If you're interested in checking out my other links, the link is going to be in the description box below. But that is it. So I love you very much. I wish you all the best. And hopefully we'll talk very, very soon. Bye-bye.